I'm really pleased to be joined by Randall King. I've followed your music for many years, and it's so wonderful to get to see you now at C2C.
Man, it's incredible to be here. Thank you for having me out.
Is this your first time to the UK?
Yeah, this is the first time. First time to London. I've been to France, but I've never been over here to England, so it's cool.
And how are you finding it? I bet you're really enjoying the weekend.
Honestly, it's beautiful. The weather's been a little cold, but overall, the people are incredible. They got country music going on out here. You can't complain. It's incredible.
I think you're the countryist that C2C's brought over, I have to say. I think it's great. I grew up on all those people like George Strait and Tim McGraw and Keith Whitley that you mentioned there, and it's just lovely to have a real cowboy come to C2C.
Well, thank you. It's a big statement. It's traditional country that I believe in it, and I live it. I play it.
Yeah, we play it too, so that's great.
Thank you.
And I noticed that your album came out almost a year to the day, actually.
It did. A year ago, just about to the day. It came out in the middle of March last year, so it should be right about on the spot.
We played quite a few tracks from it. Shot Glass, it was called, for people to check out.
Yes, ma'am. You had Shot Glass, Baby Do, Roger Miller Light. I mean, a bunch of good songs. Of course, You and a Honky Tonk,
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. We played all of those. But my favourite one is Middle of Nowhere Church. So how did that one come about?
Well, being from West Texas, West Texas is super flat. When they say you can watch your dog run off for days, you can really watch your dog run off for days. You can see him in the next town over if you want. There's just nothing out there. There's some canyons and some trees here and there, but it's mostly flat. It's cotton country. But every now and then when you're driving around, you see this old, random church just in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, that's the beauty of redemption. It's the beauty of change, the beauty of life. It's just redemption can hit you out in the middle of come from literally the middle of nowhere. So that's what that song is.
She was right, I was wrong. I can't make it on my own. All them pieces I was missing, right there all along. I was 90 miles of driving through her memory when it hit me like a middle of nowhere church on a middle of nowhere road. I found what I lost in the middle of letting her go. That life that I was searching for ain't a life without her. Yeah, you might as well just put me in the dirt in the middle of nowhere church. Every tear, every hurt, wish I could go back in reverse. So I keep gaining speed, hoping I can get to her. I'm riding on a wing and a prayer that she's still standing there, like a middle of nowhere church on a middle of nowhere road. I found what I lost in the middle of letting her go. That life that I was searching for ain't a life without her. Yeah, you might as well just put me in the dirt in the middle of nowhere church. Yeah, daydream that I was right back in her love, and there she was, like a middle of nowhere church on a middle of nowhere road. I found what I lost, and I ain't letting go. That life that I was searching for ain't a life without her. If I can't have my heaven on this earth, then you might as well just put me in the dirt in the middle of nowhere church.
That was my guest Randall King there from his album that came out last year called Shot Glass, and the song there, Middle of Nowhere Church. Another song I really love on the album, Around Forever.
Yes, ma'am. That's a powerful song. It's a song that means a lot to me. I originally wrote it about my dad. So I came home from not seeing him for about 3 months, and all his really pretty brown hair went solid gray, and all of a sudden my dad looked old, and it hit me in the chest, and I realized that time just kind of slips through your fingers. It moves quicker than you want. And then my sister passed away in April of 2020, and that song became about her, because if I could have any moment back in time, it would be just one of my worst moments with it, but at least it would be a moment with it, you know what I mean? I'd take anything, but Around Forever is it's the stamp of time that we wish we could have back.
Soaking up cold beer, drinking with them boys back around here, like it's senior year, and life ain't hit us yet. Tipping back to catching touchdowns, big stars in a small town. Some of us rolled out, some of us will stick around forever. Life spins like a haggard record, and goes from good to bad to better. No, you can't get back the sand in your glass. Got living like it's now or never. Laughing about that time on spring break, sitting sipping on a rusted tailgate. Yeah, the night's gonna end, so we're taking it in while we're all together. Ain't gonna be around forever. My view's best when that sun kisses her skin. Early morning light hitting just right on her side of the bed. God gave me a best friend. She's an angel, she's a blessing. Best 20 ever sent down, and he's been around forever. Life spins like a haggard record, it goes from good to bad to better. No, you can't get back the sand in your glass. Gotta love her like it's now or never. Hold her tight and let her know I got her, no matter what, come hell or high water. Say all I need to say, make the most of every day that we get together. Wanna keep her around forever. I wanna keep her around forever. Daddy used to throw me in the sky like I was Superman. It's funny looking back now, 'cause that's who I thought he was back then. I didn't know he'd grow old and wouldn't be around forever. Life spins like a haggard record, goes from good to bad to better. No, you can't get back the sand in your glass. Gotta living like it's now or never. Yeah, we're lucky that we got love in life, so don't hesitate to take time. Make a call when you can, take every little chance to get together. They won't be around forever. They won't be around forever.
That was my guest Randall King there, and Around Forever from his latest album called Shot Glass. And it was just so wonderful to see you receive so well at C2C, being a traditionalist. Who are some of your favourites that you grew up listening to?
My favorite will always be Keith Whitley. I grew up on George Strait, Alan Jackson, Merle Haggard, George Jones, John Anderson, Lefty Frizzell. So I mean, I grew up on true traditional country music, and that's stamped within my music. It's in my blood, and you see it every night when I'm on stage.
Yeah, I think it's just so good. I really do. And what's even more exciting is you're coming back later on in the year. So tell us about that.
Finally got our own headline dates coming over to overseas. Bring the neon overseas is what we're calling it. You know, it's neon is a very deep trend within my next record. It's the bar life. It's the honky tonks. That's where we That's where we come from. So bring my whole band over here and show them what we do. Show them how we honky-tonk.
Fantastic. I'll look up the dates and then I can share them with the listeners. So fantastic. So have you any new music in the pipeline?
We do. So we'll drop a single at the back end of this month. And then we're in the process of recording a record. And I think that record will come out in the fall.
Just in time for your tour, which would be perfect, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it'll come out that early. I hope so. I hope it's out by then. We'll see how it goes. So, studio's a finicky thing, and you got to really take your time with it, make sure it's right, because it's stamped forever.
Well, thanks, Randall, so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
I was running around all over town. Fences couldn't keep me in. All my buddies said I'd be lucky if I could outrun my sins. It's like I was saved from the hell I raised when my gaze locked on you. Said I'd hate to make those green eyes blue. This wild and free SOB was out there on the loose, closing bars, stealing hearts, just like outlaws do. But girl, I swear I left that there the day that I met you, 'cause I'd hate to make those green eyes blue. I'll admit that I was in deep as the ocean floor, but right on cue that Irish hue shook me to the core. Never seen a shame that strong, like a rain-washed leaf in June. Yeah, I'd hate to make those green eyes blue. This one